He was almost first, and then immediately he was last, and you know, and with it only being such a short race, very difficult to get back on terms. And you know, who knows what's going through his mind, but you know, very, very difficult for him.
Well, that's what speedway racing is all about. Right, just a few more heats left before the all-important finals. We'll be back after this short break. Qualifying rounds, let's get straight back to trackside with Peter Collins and Tony Millard.
Heat number 17, Hans Nielsen, a vital one for him in the yellow helmet colours, and he has the camera on board. Hans Nielsen is going to need 3 points here if he's going to be certain of making that A final. There is Andy Smith having a little bit of a peck at the track, and Andy desperately needs points. He just has one from his 4 rides so far. On his inside is fellow Brit Marvin Cox. Going from gate 3 is the American Greg Hancock, and on the outside is Hans Nielsen. Hancock could make the A final here, possibly with even a 3rd place. But the others have to battle, and Hans Nielsen desperately needs the points as the starting marshal moves away. Away we go. Nielsen it is, who dives for that bend and gets the place that really matters right out front. That we've seen many times tonight, Peter.
Yeah, Nielsen's really got that first turn weighed up, hasn't he? I mean, having the outside start position where all that grip is, and making a start like that, I mean, he's absolutely the maestro, isn't he, when it comes to this? And he's really coming good at the right time now.
And we lost Greg Hancock down the back straight. Something is wrong with his machinery. We might catch him as we see as they go by, but it's Hans Nielsen here in the yellow helmet colours. He looks back. In his wake in red is Marvin Cox. Back in 3rd place is Andy Smith. No sign of Greg Hancock. Disappointment for him because this could rule him out of a place in the A final. But Hans Nielsen, if he gets this one, could well earn the place that he wants. He's been in all 4 A finals so far with a lap to go. Hans Nielsen, 3 points are beckoning. Back in 2nd place, Marvin Cox. Back in 3rd is Andy Smith. But the 3 points here surely belong to the 3 times world champion as Hans Nielsen comes up to take the checkered flag and take his score onto 10 points ahead of in 2nd place Marvin Cox. And 3rd is Andy Smith. But real disappointment certainly in that one for Greg Hancock. I don't know what went wrong with his machinery. There was certainly nothing wrong with that of Hans Nielsen, and the 3 points invaluable. Here it is from the start again. Hans did it from the outside.
Yes, that was an absolutely classic Nielsen start in first corner again. I mean, when he's in this mood, there's no touching him whatsoever. And he just left the others there in his wake. Fresh air, and he's certainly looking now for that A final. I mean, that'll be on his mind now more than anything.
It may be out of his control, though, because more than he could finish with 10. But there is the disappointed expression of Greg Hancock. It seems an engine failure almost from the tapes. He got round to the back straight, and now he knows it was costly. This is heat 18. The man in yellow and black there is Jan Stakeman. Disappointment for him. Tommy Knudsen has it all to do. Sam Ermolenko, the American, already assured surely of a place in the A final. Henrik Gustafsson with just 5 points after a sensational start. Really hasn't put it together. And Jan Stakeman, well, he'll be only in surely the minor races to decide where the money really goes. Tommy Knudsen, though, on the inside, desperately wants to make that final. Next to him in blue, Sam Ermolenko, certain to do so. This could be a battle between these two. Knudsen, Ermolenko, Gustafsson, Stakeman. There it is, but it's Ermolenko who picks it up from gate 2, but he's headed momentarily by Tommy Knudsen, then picks it up himself because coming through there in yellow and black too, Jan Stakeman has a chance, but no, it's Sam Ermolenko certainly is going to keep it very much his own way out front. In 2nd place, Tommy Knudsen. Back in 3rd is Stakeman. Back at the rear is Henrik Gustafsson. It's going the way of Sam Ermolenko, Peter. He's looking good tonight.
Yes, Tony, have you noticed that all the riders that are actually leading the races are riding right round the middle of the track and using all that dirt that's just lying there? I mean, there's just so much grip there for them, and Ermolenko's wise enough and good enough to know that that's where he's got to be, and if he stays out there, no one's going to go by him.
Tommy Knudsen, the man in his wake. Tommy Knudsen has more speed than many we've seen from recent meetings, but he can't catch Sam Ermolenko when Sam's in the part of the track that really matters. Sam Ermolenko is well nigh unpassable. These 3 points will take him to 14. He will have dropped just 1 as he takes that checkered flag all evening. Tommy Knudsen in 2nd place there. That takes him on to 10 points. It's going to be a countdown to decide who makes that A final, but he's certainly in it. Sam Ermolenko, the American, that gives him his 4th heat victory of the night. He's looking superb, and he did here.
Yes, look at Sam there in the blue. He's making straight for all that grip. He's left the others there, especially Knudsen in his wake, and Knudsen can't do anything about that. He's on the inside. He's really in the wrong place on the track. Not enough grip there to do anything about Ermolenko. Shoots through the picture there with all that grip. And it's going to take a very, very brave man to go around anybody in that dirt. There is so much grip out there. Perhaps only one man might be brave enough, and that could be Rick Hatz, as we've seen before.
Heat number 19 now, a vital one for so many here. In white there is Lars Gunnestad, little chance of him qualifying. In blue is Josh Larson, who's had a disastrous night so far. The man in red is Chris Louis. Things are bucked up for him with his last 2 rides. 2 successive heat victories for the Ipswich rider. There in white is Gunnestad going out behind the man in red, Chris Louis. Yellow and black is Thomas Golob, the controversial pole. Now, if I see it right, Golob will make a dive for that first bend. That's what he's been doing before. That's what many of them have been doing from the outside. Will it happen this time? Thomas Golob in yellow. Let's watch him. Chris Louis on the inside. A vital heat this for Chris. But can he hold off the challenge of Thomas Golob? This is heat 19. 1 more to go of the qualifiers. The starting marshal moves away. They look at the tapes. Louis is there on the inside. Golob goes from the outside, cuts across. Yes, he does. He's done it again, Peter.
Yeah, it works every time, doesn't it? I mean, I would think that these riders have got quite high gears on, so when they get in that dirt, they can really build the speed up. I mean, I'm sure they put in little gears on the back, and but you've got to have some muscle to hold it, I'll tell you.
Thomas Golob in front then. He's out in the middle of the track where Sam Ermolenko was riding. He's learning from the American. In his wake and chasing hard in red is Chris Louis. Valuable points this for Chris. It may not get him a place in the A final, but it'll certainly get him in the B final, and that's where he can continue to pile up the money and the points. Thomas Golob, the pole, though, could make that A final with a heat victory here. Golob is there. He's in the middle of the track. He's picking up the grip where it matters. Louis can make no ground whatsoever, it seems. There in the red helmet colours, Chris Louis. He's picked up some ticker tape. I don't know if that's hindering him at all, but Golob has time to look back. Louis is in his wake. There is the checkered flag. Thomas Golob does the wheelie. Chris Louis takes 2nd place. Back in 3rd place is Lars Gunnestad, and a disappointing night surely virtually ends now for Josh Larson. It certainly doesn't for Thomas Golob. That victory should take him into the A final, and he'll be meeting the big guns there, won't he? Let's see him from the outside. He cut across, Peter, did exactly as we predicted.
Yeah, even the starts are very, very grippy, and Golob's going to use that completely to his advantage. Look at that front wheel lifting there. Even though he's under a threat there from the rider in white, he knows that he's got the run and the best line when he gets to the corner. And really, Thomas Golob has had a very, very good meeting up to now. He's been a lot safer, a lot less controversial, and not made so many waves this time.
Well, the Poles certainly are cheering Thomas Golob's success. They've come here to Denmark from Poland. But now heat 20 sees the man in white there, Tony Rickardsson from Sweden. There's a fair few from Sweden here too. Hans Nielsen is watching carefully. He's going to watch every move here because he wants to ensure that he makes that A final, and the result of this one could decide whether or not he does that. Mark Laram's on the outside. He has a chance with 7. Tony Rickardsson has 8. Craig Boyce has a chance. He has 7 too, as does Billy Hamill. The heat winner here can go on to greater things. This is an important heat. This is heat 20. Hamill, Boyce, Rickardsson, Laram from right to left. The starting marshal's going to be fussy. The other riders are watching. Here they go from the tapes. On the inside in red is Billy Hamill. He comes out wide and endeavours to cut somebody up, but there the challenge is on. Out front is Billy Hamill, pursued by Tony Rickardsson. Rickardsson really wants a heat victory here. Hamill's out front. In 3rd place is Craig Boyce. He has to battle too. At the rear and struggling somewhat is Mark Laram, but out front is Billy Hamill. Hamill is going to hold off Rickardsson. Rickardsson's going to go outside to in, surely. He's done it throughout the night. He certainly mounts a challenge, but Hamill is looking good here, Peter.
Yeah, is Rickardsson really brave enough to have a go around that outside? It possibly looks now as though he's settled for 2nd place. It's probably just too grippy for him out there, and he's perhaps going to leave it as it is.
Well, Billy Hamill, who won that Austrian Grand Prix in flying style, he's certainly looking good here in this one. Rickardsson knows a 2nd place will probably be enough for him with his Grand Prix points so far to qualify for that A final. Billy Hamill has to battle. Billy Hamill can win it with this, but his 10 points, if he gets it here, which he does, that takes him on to 10, may not qualify him when the countdown comes. Tony Rickardsson in 2nd place. In 3rd place is Craig Boyce. It'll be a job for the mathematicians now as they settle down after the 20 qualifying heats. Billy Hamill will wonder if he's made it. This heat certainly was impressive for the young American.
It certainly was. You know, Hamill seems to be one of the few riders still actually riding with the upright engine, the old-fashioned type machine, and he certainly made the most of that first corner. I mean, he really had a bad start position there, that red right down on the inside, and he really had to make a very, very brave first corner to come out of it ahead of Rickardsson, but he did it perfectly, and 3 well-deserved points there from Billy.
Well, has the impression, Peter, that Tony Rickardsson probably settled for 2nd place, knowing what he had to do?
I think you're right, Tony, really. He probably realises he's got enough points now to get into the A final, and hopefully he's saving his